lot of time has gone by. I had to use every calming technique that I could use. I always tell clients and friends that there's only so much I could take. But I will say that 99.9% of the time I'm able to de escalate, and like 1% of the time I'm raging mad. And this is probably the fourth time I've been on the raging mad side in 10 years, literally. And it might be like, oh, you were raging mad 4 times. But we're talking about the type of volatile people that I've been dealing with over the last 10 years. 4 times to me is extremely. 4 times in 3,065, 3,650 days, approximately, because I know some years have less days than other years, but around, let's say 3,600 plus days, and I have 4 days like that. And each one of those days, each one of those situations was something that was real specific. So I mentioned it this morning, but I want to mention it again while I'm calm, because I could barely even breathe while I was making a statement the first time. I went into the gas station. It was tough because I had only so much money I needed. I didn't have enough gas to make it to my visit. I had to borrow some money because my wallet was missing. Oh shoot, every time I get it. Sorry. Okay, I don't know what I did with my OG's hat. I assume that it's in this car somewhere, but uh, maybe it's not. Anyways, I'm calm now, so let me repeat this story. Spark Notes version from the beginning. I'm down to my last dollar for this week. I mean, it's okay. I get paid sometime today. I'm supposed to get paid, so that's supposed to be replenished, even though there's a lot of bills that this is going to be going on. I had to borrow some money in the morning to get some gas money. I borrowed $25 cash, and I went to the gas station. I was like, this $25 cash is going to carry me, and then I'm going to pay that person back. And then what happened with that, I went to the pump. I went to the cashier. I told the cashier, $25, pump 11. He typed it in. And then for whatever reason, I usually ask for a receipt, honestly. You know, like, I know people today were like, why didn't you ask for a receipt? I always ask for a receipt. Truthfully, I always ask for a receipt too, but I was just such in a rush and I was stressed. So I did not ask for a receipt. So I went out to do the pump. The pump gave me $10. I came back in. I was like, the pump was only $10. And I need the other 15. Whether you give me the 15 in cash or you put it back on the gas pump, I need the other 15. He printed a receipt. Sir, you gave me 10. I was like, I gave you 25. He said, when did you do that? I said, I walked in here no more than 5 minutes ago. Put the money in your hand. This is not something that happened like 10 minutes ago, a half hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours yesterday. Like, I gave you this money today, just now. And the man's going to be telling me, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. It wasn't like I'm going to check. It wasn't like possibly I made a mistake. It wasn't like a lot of people come in and out of here, and it's possible that 2 people gave me money at the same time, and I just mistook what you gave me. It was just straight up showing me this receipt and being like, nope, you gave me $10. So I was infuriated because I was pissed. I was at my last rope, man. Like, this was like the last little bit of money I had left. I don't know if the $10 would have taken me there and back from where I needed to go. Like, this is such a crazy situation. So it was pretty it was pretty wild. Like, to me, it was pretty wild. So I was like, I don't know. So I'm yelling at him, I'm not gonna lie. I have never been, not never, but like I said, 4 times in the last 10 years maybe, that I've ever been this angry on. I've been angry, before on like a personal level, but in the terms of a store and customer service, even when I'm mad, I'm very articulate. The articulate went out the window, and I realized that when people were like looking at me and I was causing a scene. And I'm not the person who causes scenes. And I saw people just looking at me like, what is this guy so mad for? So I was like, I'm not leaving this place until I get my $15 back. Like, you are not gonna steal $15 from me and I'm just gonna leave. Like, are you kidding me? I said, bro, is this a joke? Is this a scam? Am I being like pranked or punked or something? Like, this is nuts. That I could walk in here, just a few minutes ago, put that money in your hands, and you tell me, who am I? You never received that money. So it went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He tried to ignore me. Bro, I'm talking to you. You're not going to just ignore me and this is going to go away, and I'm not leaving this gas station until I get my $15. The thing is, if we're talking about customer service in a store, at a professional company or something like that, I wouldn't even continue to talk to him that long. I just go through the channels. But it's like, it was Indian owned. It's like your uncle your uncle probably owns the shop, the gas station, and everybody in there was as a certain ethnic background. And they were looking at me like, you crazy black man, get out of here, you're lying. So I was like, all right, what I need you to do right now is call your supervisor. Call the supervisor. The supervisor's like, what seems to be the problem? I'm like, I was telling your colleague here that I put $25 in his hand a minute ago. For whatever reason, he put 10 for the pump. And I went over there, I started pumping expecting 25, 10 came up. The guy showed him, look, $10. That's what he gave me, $10. And I was like, this just happened. You can't lie to me. I'm like, I will see this through to whatever you need to see it through to. So the supervisor says, okay, well, I said, check the cameras, please. In the 15 minutes of my time, I was late for my client. About 10 to 15 minutes of my time reviewing the cameras, looked at it, and then the guy says, the supervisor says, oh, okay, sir, go get your $15. I was like, oh, get your $15. So I had responses to that, but I said, you know what? I don't know how, when, where, who, what, why, when, where, and how I would get this money if I have a reaction before they put it on the pump. So I got my $15 put in the gas tank. I went back in. I said, you are wrong here. I deserve an apology. I shouldn't have been spoken to that way. You didn't need to check the cameras. Your guy just forgot or scammed me, one or the other. I was like, I will not tolerate this kind of disrespect. And what I mean by street justice is we've come into an era nowadays where people can say whatever without consequence, and if you retaliate, it's like, I'm going to call the police, or I'm going to get you just escorted out of here, and restraining order, all that stuff. In this case, my first response was not to resort to any kind of violence. It was just like, give me my $15 that you owe me. He refused to even acknowledge that it was a possibility that he might have put the wrong thing on the pump. So I had to do a lot of things. The one thing that I was saying earlier, sorry that this keeps turning on me. The one thing I was saying earlier is that anger management and stress management skills work 99% of the time, but when your anger level is a certain level, they just don't work anymore. So I did my best. Because the way I handled it got my $15 back. So I don't know if any of y'all have been in that type of spot before. If you have, comment, let me know. I want to hear it. I want to hear if you can relate to what I'm saying. And I want to find my hat, because before this whole debacle, I was trying to make a challenge post. But, oh, here's my hat. My hat must have fell in all the commotion. All right, so I'm just going to jump over to my other channel. And that's that. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks, y'all.